Difficult. Women. Hello again.
Hello again. We're back this week.
Merry Christmas!
Happy New Year!
We did it! We're in December.
Crazy.
Oh my God, I love this month.
Everyone's been, for the last couple of weeks, I've been getting all these emails about being like, get ready for 2020. And I'm like, that's so long from now. And then I'm realizing, oh shit, no.
Oh no, it's just, We're going to do a full, New Year's resolution bullshit episode.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and then we're going to hold you. Vision board the pod.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, how's things?
Fine.
Do you have a nice Thanksgiving? Did you eat turkey?
It was lovely.
Oh, wonderful.
How was yours?
Lovely.
Right.
Yeah.
So thankful.
Oh, but I do want to talk real quick. So last week, awesome episode. Yeah. Everybody loved it. Mm-hmm. The women healthcare and stuff. One thing that we didn't really talk about too much was men.
Right.
And I do think that we should at least addressed that healthcare with men is also skewed as well. And I think it's because of this toxic masculinity type culture. Men have to be macho.
Right.
And actually the death rate is higher for men versus women because of this. Men play sports and so they get brain injuries and they have to ride motorcycles and they have to, lift more weights. And so they sprain their bodies more. I don't know sports,
sure. But I think also I'd read an article that had been written in 2005 and the whole premise of the article was that women experience more pain than men do. And that's very possible. And I don't know the details of that for sure. But, 15 years later, we can look at this stuff and start going like, well, wait a minute. Like, is it also just because women are more comfortable expressing that they're pain,
right,
and that men are not always allowed or don't feel allowed to tell people how they're feeling or playing down how they're feeling. Mm-hmm. So I mean that definitely could be part of it. And also, when you said that, it also reminded me about how my grandfather he died of a heart attack and he should have survived, but he didn't want to go to the doctor.
Well, so that I don't know what the statistic is, but I hear this a lot from my women friends who are married, that they say that their husbands would never go to the doctor if it wasn't for them, if they didn't schedule it for them or remind them or whatever. So I don't know what this true statistic is, but I bet you women go to see their doctors more than men because men just don't want to deal with it.
Or there's fear too, I think, about
absolutely. I mean, I don't like going to the dentist, but
and then also this not wanting to complain and that kind of trying to be strong, right? You're supposed to be in pain. You're not supposed to.
Yeah.
Be.
So I think everyone right now, hug a man,
and everybody go get your doctor's appointments.
Go schedule a doctor's appointment
and advocate for yourself if they don't listen to you. Oh God.
Yeah, but we really need more sensitive men and just,
always
hug a man today.
Always.
Consensually and stuff.
Consensually, yes, please.
Anyway, so today is going to be an interesting topic. Because we don't know too much about it.
Oh yeah, we're winging this one, but it's going to be fun.
Influencers. What the fuck is an influencer? That's what I want to know.
Well, an influencer, funny you ask.
Tell me, what is an influencer?
It's a person on some sort of a social media platform that has an interest in something, like beauty or traveling, and likes to talk about it. And then a lot of other people like to hear him talk about it. And then if a lot of people like to hear him talk about it, a third party, like a company, will come in and say, sell our product to these people that want to hear you talk about traveling. And then
they make millions of dollars.
And then they sometimes make millions of dollars, which is crazy. And a lot of times these people are very young.
Very, very young. Didn't you just tell me recently, or did you say it on the pod that when you were asking a young person what they wanted to be when they grew up, they said on YouTube?
No.
Oh, maybe it was another friend of mine.
But it was
maybe it was a friend of mine who was babysitting some freshmen in high school and asking them what they wanted to be when they grew up, and it's an influencer. That is what people want to be. These youngins. I sound like my dad. These young folks.
Well, you can't blame them for wanting to be that.
Yeah,
because
you post a picture, you make $1 million. I want to do that. And
we're trying, kind of.
I mean, not really. Yeah. I mean, my side of it is I just can't be on my phone that much, or I try not to be on my phone that much. But
we're also living in a different time. So the kids that are in high school now, or moving into high school, they don't watch TV.
No,
they watch. They don't watch the internet. What do you call it? They're on the internet.
We sound old.
they're just on the internet a lot, and they watch all these YouTube videos, and they spend time on. Even with Instagram's almost like going on the outs now, but like Snapchat or all these things, like that's who they follow. They follow, those are their celebrities.
Well, millennials, I read, spend on average 9 hours a day on social media.
That's a lot.
I mean, could you imagine having that much time to just...
It's not even they have time. It's just like while they're at work, you know.
Yeah,
just like
I guess
on the
so.
internet. I mean, I'm on the internet way too. I'm probably one of those 9 hour people.
Okay, wait. I want to know. You can look. Pull out your phone. Let's just see.
So I can only
curious.
see my Instagram. I don't know how to do the other ones. My Instagram one claims that I'm on average on Instagram an hour and 18 minutes a day.
Okay.
Which is like kind of a lot though.
Well, I mean, I would say no, that's actually not that much compared to these other youngins.
That's true. But that's just Instagram. So that doesn't, you know where I spend most of my time is on these fucking news apps.
Oh yeah, reading. I mean, it's your book, it's your Kindle. Yeah. Well, I'm curious. I'm going to say, so my daily average on Instagram is 54 minutes.
Yeah, so about an hour.
So I'm trying to cut that down to 45 minutes a day. I really want to just not spend, because Instagram too, I mean, some things make me feel really great and motivated, and then some things just make me really sad and jealous. Yeah. So I'm trying to balance.
Normally, in the past, I haven't had such a problem feeling too bad with watching other people's things on Instagram, and then lately I've had this thing where I just don't want to look at it anymore.
Yeah,
I still clearly I'm doing it an hour.
Well, especially over the holidays. When I go home for Christmas, I am going to put my phone on one side of the house, and then I'm going to be living life. Living loca. No, wait. So here, you can look on your phone, screen time.
Okay. Everybody will follow along with us.
We
have iPhones.
Just if you're curious, how much...
We have iPhones. We go to the settings.
Oh, shit.
And then you go to... Where's screen time? You have to walk us through this because we don't know how.
Okay. Well, you go to settings.
Yes.
And then... there's notifications, sound, do not disturb,
screen time,
and then screen
it's a little purple thing with a
click
oh
on
my
that.
God, it's a purple thing with like a time, what is this called, an hourglass, which just makes me feel like my life is slipping away. Mine hasn't been on, so I don't have a report.
Damn,
what was yours?
Now I feel
I'm definitely turning this on though.
This is terrifying.
You have to choose if it's your iPhone
today,
or your child's iPhone.
This week, I guess, on average.
Mine, my screen time is now 3 seconds.
Well, mine says 3 hours and 50 minutes.
From today?
Daily average for the week.
Oh.
That's a lot. That's way too much. That's why I'm not writing a new song or finishing that song that I've been working on.
Way of thinking about that.
God,
I mean, sometimes,
but
4 hours also counts for like making phone calls and stuff, right? And texting.
What? I don't make fucking phone calls. When was the last time I made a phone call? I always straight to voicemail.
Call my mom.
I call my mom. Yeah,
she's
I call my mom.
Anymore.
I only talk to my sisters, my mom, and then there's like 2 friends that I call. And then even when we were potting, I had a friend text me. I was like, God damn it, she texts me way too much.
Yeah, too much texting.
It's just, I mean, and I also just got a new phone too, so that's thrilling.
Right, that's always exciting when you have a new phone.
I mean, the camera. Oh God, I love it.
Taking so many selfies.
So good. Bury me with my phone. No, just kidding.
It's a whole different weird, crazy thing, right? And I guess the making of a influencer, it starts with having something you're kind of interested in. You make some videos on them, like some tutorials or whatever, right? Let's say it's a makeup person, and then people start watching. You upgrade, you make your things look better and better, and then you, I don't know, you start participating in those like challenges and stuff to try to get more views.
Yeah, the giveaways.
Yeah, and then as more and more people start following you, you get ads kind of targeted towards you. They pay you to like promote their items. Then you start making a lot of money, and then you start your own line of cosmetics.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? And then you start to implode, and then they find all of your racist tweets, and then you're done. Over. Yeah.
And that's the life cycle of an influencer.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
and it's about a 1 year cycle, it seems like.
Well, that's the thing. Weren't we together on tour in St. Louis, and we were watching this video of this influencer? I don't remember who it was because I had never heard of her before. But we together watched this video of this influencer crying and so upset because somebody had kept like marking her account as spam or something.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you remember her name?
Yes. Her name is, let's see, Jessie Taylor. She was 21 years old at the time. Someone was like, what do you call it?
notifying Instagram for obscenities or something, or
yeah, they were like
profanity or
reporting it.
Reporting,
like
okay.
Somebody kept reporting her account, and then finally they shut it down. She had like over 100,000 followers. So she like lost all those in one fell swoop. And then she made this like video where she's like sobbing and she's like, "Why? This is my life." And in the video, this did not help her like case at all, because I did feel a little bit bad for her. And then I watched this video, I was like, meh. But she was like, apparently she called the police to report a murder.
Stop it.
Yeah, she was like,
Stop.
"It's a murder." And they were like, a murder? And she was like, "They took down my Instagram account. It feels like a murder."
Stop it.
And the police were like, "That's not a murder, maybe." And she was like, "But it is like a murder. It's a murder of my life." And she just was like devastated. The reason why she's crying so much, because you're like, well, why is she just like to be online a lot and get her likes? No, she was making $500,000 like a month from the account. And so she's 21 years old. So this was like her career, right? So I mean,
and that's the thing. People that have built up that many followers, it takes time, you know, unless you get Kylie Jenner to
I mean, sometimes it takes time. Sometimes it doesn't. I don't really know. Sometimes it's based on real merit, and sometimes it's like fucking not. Like this girl, I still can't tell you what Jessie Taylor does,
right,
or did.
Right.
I don't know what her deal was. She was getting offered prior to her account being taken down. There was some sort of deal on Netflix. She was going to get her own show. I mean, all this fucking
Wait, did she get it back though?
Well, so she started a new account and she's up to like, I don't know, 50,000 or something.
Somebody.
I mean, that's one thing that's so weird about these companies. Like we've had this problem where, you know, we can't promote on Facebook with the name Reformed Whores
or Instagram
with the name Reformed Whores, because they say, "Oh, you're selling sex toys and stuff," and we're like, "But we're not." And we've petitioned over and over. I think we've talked about this on the pod, but we've petitioned over
There's
and over
nobody
again.
to talk to.
There's no one to call. So like even someone like her. But it brings up an interesting point too about like what. So that's her job, right? Oh, and apparently on her new, I thought this was interesting, on her new account that she's building now. And she said something about like, it's like a blessing in disguise, but I didn't really catch why she felt that way. But apparently though, now that she has her new account, all these trolls are like, let's get her shut down again.
Oh my gosh.
So I do feel bad for that, because it's like, why are they, I'm not quite sure why they're targeting her. I think they're just being jerks.
Yeah, that's
and
not
that's sort
nice.
of fucked
Cut
up.
that out.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that. She seems like she could stand to have a real job though and learn.
Just take some screen time out.
And just like, you know, she seems to feel that she's owed something here when she's making crazy money.
Right.
And apparently she blew through all that money from what it sounded like. So she probably deserves it too. I don't have a lot of compassion for her.
Yeah. Well, I was looking, why influencers now? Why is this a huge thing now? And it's because marketing has taken a whole new turn for advertisers right now. Right. So like obviously we've always known like there's newspapers, there's commercials and that sort of stuff. Nowadays it's a fucking Wild West.
Well, because nobody's watching TV.
Because nobody's watching TV, but then they have learned that they can target ads through Instagram and Facebook and that sort of thing. But then like, why influencers and not maybe like a celebrity? And so they were saying it's simply because relatability.
Right.
These millennials, we're millennials, they are spending hours and hours and hours on YouTube. And so actually they start feeling like these influencers are their friends.
For sure.
And so they have done all these market studies is that 70% of purchase decisions are made by peer recommendations. And 60% of in-store purchases are made from seeing somebody on social media or a blog with that thing.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. And so it was saying like, so influencers, you think that they're your friends, so they're recommending a product and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but why? Like we see Jennifer Aniston like doing Aveeno or Smart Water or something. And why is that different than an influencer? And it's because like more than ever right now, people want just like this raw human being and somebody that they can really relate to. And with like Jennifer Aniston, I was watching this TED Talk of this woman who owns her own marketing company. That the thing with like a celebrity nowadays is that they still feel so separated from them and they don't really know that true person. And the thing about Jennifer Aniston is that up until I think 2 months ago, she wasn't even on Instagram. And I bet you her stock was plummeting or something, and she needed to actually become this new type of influencer.
I heard specifically about that was basically exactly what was happening, which was that she was just not relatable anymore. People can relate to her, and people kept telling her friends kept telling her, you got to get on Instagram. Partly because apparently she's just a lovely, funny woman too, and they're like, you'd be so good on there. And she was like, I don't want to do it. And look, I relate to that. Like a lot of we're constantly, the biggest fight that we have is always about who's posting. We have to keep posting. Oh, we got to post content.
Everybody email Katie and tell her to post more, please.
Everybody just follow us and don't worry about whether we're posting or not. Yeah, it's just so annoying.
Stay with us. It's part of the job that I feel like we didn't sign up for when we started our band.
I think that's probably exactly how
she's like, I'm an actor.
That's how Jennifer Aniston probably feels, is that she's like, I don't care about this shit,
right?
But the thing is, like, that's just what the market is now, and that's part of what the job is, unfortunately. You know what occurred to me though, because you're asking like, well, why this and why do people buy things from influencers and whatever. As you're saying all this, I'm thinking about like, well, how do I purchase items? How am I influenced by purchasing? Because I don't see a lot of commercials anymore because I watch Netflix and things. So I don't see TV commercials so much. I am a little bit prone sometimes to buying those really stupid things on Instagram, those Instagram ads that pop up and they're like, you need this like small turtle hat. I'm like, yes, I do. And I'll like buy that small turtle.
It's more like friends don't let friends order drunk things off of Instagram. Remember the cat sweatshirt, Katie?
Yeah, that was a pretty good purchase actually.
That was a great one though. But
they're like cats in the form of the Titanic off the side of the boat, and they're in space. It's pretty good.
She literally was like, I don't remember ordering this.
And then I went on Dry January. That's another story. It's totally another story. But I definitely have like even soberly bought. Sober, not soberly. Is that a word? I don't know. Even sober, I have purchased items off of Instagram and then regretted it like immediately. So that's the thing. That's not my point though. My point is when I'm actually trying to buy a real thing. So whether it be a new foundation, let's say I want to switch up my foundation, I don't want like the one I have anymore, or I recently I've been like looking into lighting equipment because I've been doing more of like camera stuff, but I don't know a lot about lighting equipment, you know, and there's a lot of options. What I'm thinking about as you're saying this is that we are so saturated by products in this country right now, in this culture. It's all about buying things. On the one hand, sure, it's nice to have lots of options and a lot of choices and the free market and all that bullshit. On the other hand, I get overwhelmed by the options. So if you have a favorite influencer who you quote unquote trust, or you like their style, or you like the way that they go about doing things, and you have to pick a new, foundation for your makeup or whatever, it makes a lot of sense that you would be like, well, which one are they using? And it's not, and I don't think, because at first I was thinking about it's like, oh, it's so manipulative, or it's more just like I'm exhausted. I don't know, how do I, if I go on, if I'm looking for reviews or I'm trying to find the next one, or I go to Sephora and I try them all on, at a certain point I'm like, I don't know anymore. I don't know which one I want.
Which one is Kylie Jenner wearing?
Yeah, and it's either that, or I think in some ways some of these influencers that we don't like, Kylie Jenner's like such a, and sure, for sure, that's that. But also some of these people that we don't know very well, but they have a big following. People find people that they like, and they like their style, and they like the way that they demonstrate the products, and they like trust them to some degree. Like, yeah, that makes sense that and in fact, I think when I was looking for a new foundation, I ended up buying, this is like the most millennial thing, I ended up buying Rihanna's new line, that Fendi line, or Fenty, because I was like,
Fendi?
Yeah,
that's a trademark.
She was Fendi, but she is Fenty.
Fenty.
So, and I ended up buying that product because I was like looking online, and it was something I had heard of, and she's famous, and she, and I also liked the idea that she was really trying to make a line with lots of different color options, because everybody's skin tone is different. And I found that the color match is great, but I don't really like the foundation that much. But I bought it. But I bought the thing, and there's things I like.
You were influenced.
I was certainly influenced. But the truth is, like, how else do you buy things? I mean, I needed a foundation somehow. So what was I going to do? And I can ask, like you said, you ask your friends for advice. That's usually the best way to go. But if they don't know, then I think that makes a lot of sense. That would be like where you would turn. And for marketing, it's kind of genius.
Right. Well, I follow so many food influencers. I do like to watch makeup tutorials occasionally, especially I have, a wedding to go to and I want to do my eyes differently. Then I go to, look up some makeup things. But when I am going out to dinner, I get on my, Instagram app to see who is posting what about what neighborhood and where I should be going to eat.
Yeah.
And a good friend of mine, Anthony O'Connell, shout out to him. He's a comic. And I have been watching him through these last couple of years build his Instagram account called Upper Feast Side. And it has just been fascinating because he is a comedian who also equally loves food. He's been working at Carmine's in Times Square for years. But he has this love of comedy and food. And he started this real cute little Instagram account. And now, I don't know, let me just look real quick how many followers he has. Fuck. Oh my God.
What?
65,000 followers.
Good for him.
Upper Feast. So follow him, Upper Feast. And it's just all really awesome food recommendations and stuff. But I've been just fascinated with how the fuck do you build to 65,000? I mean, I remember when he had 2,000 followers. And it really is, for him specifically, is the love of the content. Mm-hmm. And that, I think, is what is so beautiful about certain influencers. Mm-hmm. He started it specifically to promote local businesses on the Upper East Side of Manhattan. And then it started to just grow even more. And so now 65,000 followers, but he did it so organically. And then he also started learning these marketing tricks and, branding things. And then I think the biggest thing that just slowly started happening is that these local businesses, it helps them so much to promote their restaurants and stuff. And so they started he started getting free meals and then started getting paid to post about things. But him specifically is that he only posts restaurants and places that he really truly backs. I know that there's other influencers that they may not.
They'll sell out.
Yeah, they sell out.
So I think that's kind of the key, though, and they do say this if you're, I mean, I don't want this to become like some weird, hey, if you're interested in marketing, because I think a lot of people are not interested in marketing, but if you are interested in marketing and you're looking up stuff online, they're always, one of the rules of being an influencer to really be successful is be genuine.
Yeah.
Because I think that's when
relatability.
Because there's nothing wrong with, we live in a capitalist society, for better or worse. And we, people, if you need to buy a product and you want to know where to go, that's a great place to go. And I think that's a great way to use influencers too, where you're saying hey, I like going out to eat and I always like to have suggestions. And I'm tapped out. I'm like, have you been to Taco Bell yet? And you're like, Katie, I need a better suggestion than that. I'm like, I don't know. You better look online. That's kind of how I feel like that works for me. And I certainly use, things like Yelp and those things. But even Yelp, it's nicer to have somebody that you trust.
You trust them,
right?
Yeah,
you trust their
and they're
taste,
your friend.
and they fit. And also, there's something about it being sort of a niche market. So if he's focused, or maybe not so much anymore, but if he was focused on the Upper East Side, then people that live in that neighborhood, for example, or people that want to just try a different neighborhood, that's a perfect place to go, for that.
Right.
I mean, I think that
it's really exciting though to actually have a friend that it's just so exciting how much he's grown and how much he loves it, and also that he was waiting tables at Carmine's for ever, and now he quit that job and is able to do this full time. And that is the dream.
And because it's coming from a real thing and a real skill that he has and a real love of what he has, he can actually spin that into a book, or he could spin it into a show, or he could spin it into a podcast. So if for some reason, because there's talk of Instagram just collapsing at some point, it's not like he's lost everything. I mean, certainly it helps that when he has Instagram, but if he can get that following to follow him out of that app, which I think that he can, then that is a real business. It's a real service that you're providing for people. Here's an example of somebody who is closer on the selling out side. So there's a lot of these people.
Good and bad. Let's get into it.
That where things didn't always go the way. So there was a bunch of girls that for some reason there were mostly girls in this particular list, but there's a bunch of girls that had, there was one that was doing some sort of a health, diet routine, and she was promising if you gave her $500, and she had tons of followers. She was a huge influencer, was very successful, and they loved everything she did. So she put together this program and said, okay, for $500, I'll give you a personalized health program or whatever. So people And she said that she wanted to charge $500 because she was like, I want to make people like, you have to really want this, you know, so you have to invest this money to like prove to me that you really want this. So they were like, yeah, we want this. Like, we believe in you and we trust you. And like, you're our favorite influencer. And so they paid all this money. And then or I think in this case, it was like a 12-week program. And she made like 6 videos and then just like stopped.
Yeah.
And then they were like, wait, our money. And she was like,
Oh,
I think she
man.
gave like a 50% refund or something. It was really bad. And another girl had a program that was supposed to be specifically for each person that ordered it, and she just had one that she kept sending everybody. So like that's but this, I liked this example the most. This is my favorite one. There was a girl, Giovanna Mendoza, who went by Rawvana, and she was peddling a raw vegan lifestyle. She had over 1 million followers and was really saying like, raw vegan is the only way to go. Raw vegan is the only way to go. Raw vegan is the only way to go. Just spreading this information. She's like, I don't even know how old is she, 20 something years old or whatever, but she's not a doctor, but she decided that this was how it was going to be. And it was her thing. And it was what she was pushing. Well, it turns out she got caught eating fish somewhere. And, another vlogger caught her and posted the video and like outed her about, so she's saying everyone should eat raw vegan and then she's eating fish.
Right.
And then so she came out in a apology video and explained that, well, I'm so sorry, but I had to start eating eggs and meat because my doctor said I wasn't doing well.
Oh,
So she's telling everybody else to eat raw vegan. In the meantime, that diet had been killing her. It was killing her, and she's telling other people to keep doing it and privately, as opposed to at least coming out and being like, hey guys, actually I was wrong.
Right.
But she had built this
thing and
company around this, but that's
not good.
So fucked up. I mean,
Yeah.
she literally could be hurting people. And that's sort of like this whole thing. So I love that story. I hate that story because I think that's so fucked up. And that's also why we have to be careful about who we do trust. You know?
Right.
Because these people are not your friends.
No.
You know what I mean? I think that there are a lot of people that are good people and that provide a good service, and I do believe in that. But then there's a lot of these young kids that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're 21 years old.
Right.
Of course they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Well, so I want to get into which influencers you are obsessed with.
Yeah.
I have one that it's kind of shocking that this is, I think, my top person that I mean, besides Chrissy Teigen. Okay. She's incredible to watch on Instagram. But I don't know how I found this woman, but her handle is at Mama's Gone City.
What is it?
It's Mama's Gone City, which is
the
handle
sign,
Mama's Gone City.
Okay.
And her blog is Mama's Gone City.
Okay.
Jessica Scheibe is her Scheibe. I guess that's her name. But she has a blog, so I think she started with her blog first. But basically, it's like a family influencer. She has 5 children who are absolutely adorable. And I started following her on Instagram because she was posting. She had just gotten this new little puppy and she had a baby boy. And so all of her photos were just this freaking puppy and this baby. The connection between the puppy and the baby, she was able to capture it through her photography. And I have been following her now. So the baby that I'd been following is now 7 years old.
Oh shit.
So I have watched, it's so creepy and so weird to be following this mom blogger. I'm not a mom. I don't know why. I am obsessed with this woman. But the coolest thing about her is that, yes, she's a mom blogger, and you would immediately be like, oh, why are you following this? What a waste of time. This woman is such a powerhouse of an advocate for transgender rights, for women's rights, reproductive rights. I mean, she's taking her kids. Actually, she will go to the marches. She won't take her children, or if she does, she won't photograph them. She has this blog to use as a platform to make political change.
And so I was going to ask that. So she does not show her children's face.
No, I mean, so she now, because the kids are getting older, she will ask her children if she can take their pictures and stuff. And she actually has one of the 5, one of the girls doesn't like her photo taken anymore. Mm-hmm. And so she doesn't do it. And it's that type of dialogue that she has that, you know.
Thank God she asked, because I was going to say, so I do appreciate that she's.
And she has these, I mean, she talks about it openly on Instagram, and then also she has a blog, but it's it's weird for me to be so obsessed with this woman, but every time that there's like a school shooting or something, she has really something so provocative to say about this, and like actions that you can do. And then she also will post some of the hater comments, and she always rises above it and then is able to say exactly what I wish I could say. And she has this beautiful family. Her husband is a dentist, and she's a photographer and blogger, and she's super into fashion and fitness. And I mean, everything does look, and feel perfect. Yeah. But sometimes she posts these like really awkward photos, or, I mean, she makes these jokes of, reality versus Instagram and all that sort of stuff. But again, it's Mama's Gone City. I guess she met her husband here in New York, and then they started to have kids here, and then they moved to California and that sort of thing. But very few Instagram influencers that I do follow that really make me excited to be alive, excited to have a family. I don't know. She's out there, I think, making a difference by being an influencer.
That's cool. I mean, that's definitely using her platform in an interesting
and
way.
Not to say, I mean, she does do ads, and she does have like a Nissan Caravan minivan that she does post a lot about or something. But I mean, you got to make money somehow. Yeah.
No, it makes sense.
But she's cool.
Yeah.
And then Chrissy Teigen, y'all follow her.
Sure, I mean, she's just so funny. Obvious.
She also has like a team of people that work for her to do social media.
Yeah, I mean, this is like big business.
Yeah, but this Jessica, Mom's Gone City, she does it all herself.
Yeah.
Or so she says. I wonder if these people are really like they probably
I don't know if that's true. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, but if that's her full-time job, maybe then because if you make a lot of money, if you don't, that'd be sure maybe.
But she's just extremely respectful to her children and her family, and so
yeah.
Anyway, who do you follow?
I don't follow. I follow this.
You don't have like a specific?
No.
What about your roller skating girls? Because those are influencers.
Yeah, I guess so. So Indy Gemma Jones, she's a great. But it's weird because I've met her now, and Barbie Pétain are both roller skating people that are. There's a lot in the roller skating community. I guess that's so true. I also follow this little fucked up dog called Tuna. Tuna melts my heart. He's cute. He's like the ugliest dog, but I love him.
I used to follow this hedgehog, and it passed away.
Well, their company's over now.
I know. Could you imagine?
That's probably a problem. Yeah. Well, Marnie the dog. I follow Marnie the dog. That dog's probably gonna die soon too. It's real old.
Yeah.
Cute. But I mean, I don't buy anything from them.
Right. Yeah.
I guess maybe the roller skating girls I'd be more inclined to buy. I bought my roller skates partly because of Indy Gemma Jones and her affiliation with Moxie Roller Skates. But I also would promote those. They're the best fucking roller skates out there. Otherwise, because I was like, well, what else do I watch? What are all these hours online? What's my screen time being put on, directed towards? And really, mostly it's videos of Shane Hurlbutt, who's this cinematographer that does these amazing videos. I'm trying to learn about that stuff. And then my tarot videos, I like Gemstone Tarot. She's like so funny. And I like, if you like tarot readings, but she's just like a delight to watch. I like her. I kind of feel like she's my friend, but she just does not know who I am.
Right.
But I wouldn't, and I was going to say I wouldn't buy anything from her either, except the truth is I did buy a deck of cards that I liked that she had. I was like,
really?
So I found, but
so you were influenced again.
But I don't think she makes any money off of these things. She makes money by selling readings, but I wouldn't buy a reading because I know how to read.
Well, so one thing that you can tell nowadays, I guess it's legally you have to put #ad or #sponsor.
Yeah. No, she doesn't have any of that.
Oh.
And Shane Hurlbutt, I don't think, unless he's selling a particular light, but I think mostly he just does it as like a class. You know what I mean? He sells his own class. He has a class. So I guess, I don't know if that counts as an influencer or if that's just a person on the internet. I don't know.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How do the yoga people take photos of themselves?
Oh, it's because it's like,
meditating.
It's all this.
In downward dog.
Selfies and like interns.
Nothing gets me more heated.
Yeah, than the yoga
when
influencers.
When the yoga shit. I'm sorry. I'm sure we have so many yoga people out there. Katie and I both, we fucking hate yoga. I mean,
I love the concept of yoga.
Me too. I think it's lovely.
I'm trying to get into yoga because I think it's also really, 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 really good for you. But there's something about it. So I do. And also a sidebar, I meditate. So It's not the meditation part for me that is a problem.
Yeah.
It's that I just don't like sitting in those positions.
I don't either. It's probably we should be sitting in them more because
should
our
be
hips.
doing it.
Yeah,
but
I just don't.
But more specifically, the yoga influencer thing is an interesting. It's supposed to be this sort of like
Zen. You're supposed to be like
religious sort of or spiritual thing.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you're setting a timer across the room to take a picture of yourself in a tree pose,
and then you're also selling like this water bottle or something.
Yeah, I don't quite understand.
There's definitely a conflict there a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I start clicking away and I look at, oh man, that girl is so skinny. I can't believe she can reach her freaking thing over the head.
Definitely part of the yoga thing too is it's like a sexy body thing.
Right. Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Yeah, that's a whole thing.
I don't know.
But
but that also brings up an interesting point of these companies that then hire these influencers to like pop their wares, and that sometimes it backfires for various reasons. And there was that really, really, really famous guy, Logan Paul, who again, I don't even know what he did online. But he had so many followers. He's like a YouTube guy, and his companies were like throwing money at him to like promote stuff because so many people were watching. And then he like did that video, went to Japan and did that really disrespectful video in the woods, those woods that people commit suicide in a lot. And then he filmed them like hanging. I mean, it was like really bad judgment. And they also had all these he had all these like racist rants and things that he had been doing. And so when that one suicide forest video came out, then all these companies are scrambling to take back their association with him. So it's like a weird thing too, because these kids, again, they're so fucking young.
Right.
They don't have very good judgment. They're new to the world. They're not even living a normal life. So they make a lot of mistakes, it seems like. But that's one reason to be careful about who you get to market.
You know what? You know who will never pull their affiliation from us because we
believe in them so much, and we actually do. And this is the one you can trust us on.
That's right.
It's adamandeve.com. Free stuff is awesome, but free stuff to spice up your bedroom is even better.
Select almost any one item for 50% off, and then Adam and Eve loads on the free stuff.
Enter offer code HORIO at checkout and get 10 tantalizing free gifts.
A sexy item for him, a special gift for her, and a third item you'll both enjoy.
And 6 free spicy movies.
Ooh! Plus, free shipping.
That's HORIO, WHOREO, HORIO at adamandeve.com.
And we're back. Wow. Thanks. That was an ad. Hashtag ad.
No, for sure. But I mean, but again, we
believe in the product. We 100%. Support the product. We have the products.
It's a good fit for us. I mean, those are the things.
Yeah.
That and it's a really good deal.
Right. That's one thing I really, when I first started acting when I was, a baby. No, but in college, I remember talking about auditioning for commercials and saying like, I will never audition for a product that I don't believe in. Now as an actor, I go out for every audition I can get, which is just interesting.
I haven't been put in a position.
I think that if it was like a friend of mine did or was asked to do a voiceover for a Republican candidate that she didn't believe in, and she told her agent no. And I would totally, I couldn't do that either.
I wouldn't want to do something that was like, well, this is more just for personal reasons, but I would prefer not to be the poster child for like gonorrhea.
Oh my God. See, I'm the opposite. I would love to. Actually, ironically, I was up for Gardasil years ago. I had 5 freaking callbacks and I went in the room with like everybody. And the reason why I was getting so far is because the lead character in the commercial had to twirl a flag.
Oh, right. And you had all that.
Yeah. And I had that flag twirling experience. But I didn't get it, but I could have been the face of Gardasil.
I mean, money
would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, I guess
still
if Gardasil
time.
wants to.
Yeah. If you want to sponsor difficult women.
Sure. I mean, certainly I'm pro Gardasil.
Yeah.
My thing isn't that like if for the podcast, if it was through the Instagrams, they said, hey, will you promote for us? I would be like talking about why it's really important to have Gardasil as a thing that exists and all this stuff. But I could be like, I don't have that disease, but whatever. The thing is, if you're in a print ad, it's literally you standing there being like, I'm so glad I take Gardasil all the time.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that idea personally. I just think it's just misrepresenting.
I just think it'd be so funny to go home, to go to church and then be like, so
gossip.
Marie. Yeah. Marie's the herpes girl now.
Yeah.
I'm like,
is it herpes? I don't know.
No. Gardasil is HPV.
Oh, HPV.
Which had it. Now I don't.
Yeah.
So
that was the other episode, but she got it all burned off. Just so you know.
Zapped.
Yeah, just recap.
It was like Star Wars in my woman cave. It was it's like Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Oh, where my Star Wars people at? Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of Star Wars influencers.
Oh my God. Yes. Well, so here's one thing. So it's the holidays now.
Mm-hmm.
So this is when we're going to be starting to like buy gifts for everybody. So we're going to be influenced more than ever to be buying gifts. And I have a challenge for our listeners. Instead of buying them that first thing that you see on an Instagram ad, I'll be like, I'm just going to get this for my grandma and I'm just really stop and think about gifts and what they mean and you know, why you're giving them. Because I think we are a capitalist society. You know, capitalism makes the world go round, or at least, you know, that's what they tell us. Last year, for the first time, my family, we didn't do gifts, and it was by far the best Christmas we've ever had.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So, you know, you can please. I'm not trying to judge or preach too much, but
and also buy
just remember
sweatshirts and stuff.
Yeah, do that. But just remember what the holidays really are about, and
aside from that, like, we're definitely moving into this like mass consumerism place,
especially with these influencers.
Yeah, and that there's a lot of stuff that's made. Not only is it made really cheaply, and then it's really disposable, so that's bad for the environment. But a lot of these things are made cheaply by people that are kind of suffering in their work environment. So like let's all just try to be more mindful of those things too.
Yeah.
Buy wooden toys that have been made by elves.
Oh,
it's okay to like oppress the elves. That's all right, but not the poor Chinese iPhone people.
Yeah. I mean, as we both have our iPhones.
I know it's bad. It's bad.
So bad.
I know we got to work on it.
But just, I don't know. I want to be more present this Christmas, this holiday.
Be more present about your presents.
Exactly.
Yeah, I hear that.
And get off my fucking phone.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So I mean, yay for influencers. It's around. I think it's here to stay. That whole concept.
Oh, it's gonna get even worse. I think one statistic was the ad. What is it? The influencer revenue. I guess this year it was like $4.5 billion, and next year they're projecting 2020 it's gonna be $10 billion.
Yeah.
So it's just we're gonna keep going up and up and up until they take our Wi-Fi away or something.
Right, until the apocalypse.
Apocalypse.
Well, enjoy it while you can.
That's great.
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, follow some weird looking dogs, and you know,
and Mom's Gone City and Upper Feast Side, please. He's great.
Oh yeah, no, that's a really good
legit
one. That's a good one.
Yeah. So anyway,
all right, and then follow us and tell your friends to follow us, and I hope that we are influencing you in positive ways. Are we influencers? I don't know if it counts or not.
We
not yet.
try.
We don't
so
make
hard.
enough money yet, but soon. Someone give us money to tell people what to do. Is that how that works? I don't know. I love telling people what to do.
Thank you, Oreos. We love you all so much.
So much, and I hope you're enjoying this December. I don't know. I don't want to say holidays because you know what? Fuck the holidays, whatever. I'm not anti-Christmas. Oh God, now we're gonna get letters.
The war on Christmas.
No, I will quit. Whoa,
oh man, we're gonna have to play our war on Christmas song now, all because of you.
We'll take a listen. Bye.
Santa and angels and cookies and fun and bombs and Uzis and bullets and guns. It's the war on Christmas. They tried to take Christmas, but we won't let them. We'll show them who's boss. Ba-rum-pum-pum-pum. It's the war on Christmas. We'll put Santa in a bulletproof vest, send him to the front line so the kids don't get depressed. We'll gather intelligence from our army of elves and make non-believers' lives a living hell. We'll do damage to Starbucks and their dumpling red cups. Remember Black Friday, we were just warming up. It's the war on Christmas. Christmas should be everywhere, those are our demands. If you don't like it, pry the candy cane from our cold dead hands. It's the war on Christmas. Maybe we've taken this a little too far. Perhaps we need guidance from the Christmas North Star. Are we really trying to start yet another war? 'Cause there ain't enough reindeer decorating our local drugstore. Let's stop and remember what Christmas is about. It's about love and joy and family and friends hanging out and celebrating the life of a man who chose peace, who perhaps would inform us this war stuff should cease. So let's please stop fighting during this time of year and start loving each other and spreading good cheer. Happy winter solstice, y'all.